What if your personality is not actually your personality? What if some of these traits people describe as too emotional, too independent, too sensitive, too controlling, or even too nice are actually nervous system survival strategies, not character flaws, not an identity or adaptations? Because the nervous system learns long before conscious awareness develops, especially in relationships and in childhood. And many people never realize they built an entire identity around staying safe. A lot of people think healing means becoming someone new. But sometimes healing is discovering who exists underneath survival. Think about this. A child grows up in an unpredictable environment. Maybe emotions were overwhelming in the home. Maybe anger was unsafe. Maybe love disappeared unexpectedly. Maybe achievement was the only way to receive attention. The nervous system adapts, not intellectually, biologically. The body begins asking, how do I stay connected? How do I avoid rejection? How do I prevent danger? And slowly, patterns form. People pleasing, perfectionism, hyper independence, emotional shutdown, overthinking, avoiding conflict, or caretaking everybody, staying busy, performing, anticipating. At some point, those survival responses stop feeling like strategies. They start feeling like identity. People begin saying, that's just who I am. But often, it's who the nervous system had to become. This is why so many people understand their patterns intellectually, but still repeat them. Because inside happens in the mind, but protection lives in the body. Someone can know my partner is safe while their nervous system still expects abandonment. Someone can internally know I don't need to overwork anymore, while their body still associates rest with danger. This is why forcing positive thinking often fails. The nervous system is not stubborn, it is protective. And protection does not disappear because logic says it should. The body learns through experience, repetition, safety, slowing down enough to notice what happens internally, not judging it, not fixing it immediately, just noticing. That alone can begin changing patterns. The difficult part is this: survival strategies often work. That's why they stay. The overachiever succeeds. The caretaker becomes needed. The hyper-independent person avoids disappointment. The funny person keeps tension away. The emotionally numb person survives overwhelming experiences. These patterns are intelligent, but eventually, the same patterns that protected someone can begin disconnecting them from themselves. Relationships become exhausting, rest feels uncomfortable, stillness feels threatening, and authenticity feels risky. Even joy can feel unfamiliar because survival mode is predictable. Aliveness is not always predictable, and many people are not addicted to stress. They're adapted to familiarity. That changes the conversation completely. This is where healing becomes very strange sometimes. Because when the nervous system starts softening, people often feel disoriented. If I stop performing, who am I? If I stop rescuing everyone, what happens? If I stop overworking, am I still valuable? If I stop hiding emotionally, will people stay with me? These are not surface level questions. These are nervous system questions, identity questions, attachment concerns. And this is why healing is rarely about becoming better. It is often becoming safer, being real. Not perfect, not endlessly positive, not emotionally optimized, just more honest, more connected, aware, less driven by automatic protection. Right now, it may help to notice something simple. What parts of my daily life feel most automatic? Over explaining, staying busy, or avoiding vulnerability, trying to keep everyone comfortable, needing to keep everyone to stay in control, or numbing, withdrawing. There is no need to judge any of it. The nervous system learned these responses for reasons. Awareness itself matters. Sometimes the first shift is simply realizing this pattern is protecting something. That changes the relationship completely. Maybe healing is not becoming a different person. Maybe it is slowly discovering which parts of me were survival and which parts were always there underneath. The nervous system does not heal through shame. It heals through enough safety to stop fighting for survival all the time. And that process is rarely dramatic. Sometimes it looks like resting without guilt, speaking honestly, pausing before reacting, allowing emotion without panic, staying present a few seconds longer. Small shifts, repeated consistently. That is often how real change happens. Thank you for being here.